Alright, so in this video, I'm going to discuss the poor man's residency Paraguay. Alright, this is poor man's residency because you can throw a couple of $1,000, you can hire a local fixer and get it quick. Now, there's some people who kind of trick you into getting this and they spend your time, they waste your time. Yes, and you may eventually get it, but they take around 45, 50 days, make you run around and screw up your experience just to give it to you for a few bucks, right? Cheaper, right? So in this video, I'm going to discuss how much time it should take. It should quickly happen, right? This should really happen in no time, and why this is a poor man's residency. A lot of people go for premium options. They don't go for something like a Paraguay. The second thing is the citizenship is almost impossible, right? So even if you get to the citizenship mark, the dual citizenship is an issue with Paraguay. You don't want to deal with any country that doesn't give you dual citizenship. So in that sense, it really doesn't make sense to a lot of people who have money. But let's say a lot of people who want to watch channels and they feel the need to get plan Bs, and at least in theory. So Paraguay makes it a good option because it's super cheap. There's no qualifying criteria. There's no monthly income that they ask for the temporary residency. There's no bank balance that they normally ask for. You simply show up into the country. It should take not more than 2 days, right? That's what we take. We get clients often, who sometimes in some situations they want to do a Paraguay. So it takes 2 days of your physical time in the country. That's it, right? You spend that much time, do the real work, and you exit, you leave. And then after 45 days, your residency card is issued, your residency permit is issued, and the agent or the attorney can then ship that card to your home location. That is how the process should work. Are there advantages? Theoretically, yes, the 9% and the territorial is theoretical advantage. Do most people actually go there and use this? No, right? No. Any person with a reasonable income who really actually has some income to show would do a Panama or a Dubai. They would typically not do a Paraguay. But let's say someone doesn't have the money, it's not really about the taxes. They just want to be left alone, go live in a very, very, very poor, or let's say affordable. Let's not use the word poor when it comes to living. It's more affordable. They don't have money. They have to survive on very less. Maybe it's $1,000 per month. You don't have more than that. So for that kind of a poor person, I think Paraguay could make sense. Now, if you have some money, would you get Paraguay? No, you would not waste your time getting a Paraguay. If you have some money, then you would typically do a Mexico, a South Africa, a Panama, and Argentina. In limited circumstances, I would say Chile, if you were really looking for a plan A nationality from Latin America. And then Peru is tricky, right? So it's more involved. And then why do you need Peru? Are you really looking for the Peru passport for specific purposes? So Peru and Ecuador are rare cases. There are certain clients who would seek those citizenships for different reasons, right? So we don't want to waste your time talking about the reasons why you would need a Peru or an Ecuador, but those are options. But the typical ones that most people, most sensible and smart people will obtain and keep in their portfolio, either for layering or for general purposes, right? Just because they're interested, they want to maybe use it in future. If you don't know what layering is, you can reference this video. I just made this video for people who don't know much about layering. But let's come back to Mexico and South Africa. These are very easy to obtain. So if you have good monthly income, you can either get the direct Mexican permanent residency. If you qualify, the income should be qualifying, and if you don't hit that threshold, then you can get the normal Mexican temporary residency, which is great. It's not bad at all. It functions the same way, unless of course you're looking to work in Mexico, which most people don't. And then once you get the nationality, this is more powerful than the American nationality because of two main reasons. One is the TN to the US, and second is the APEC to 19 very important countries. We're not talking visa free, right? Yeah, visa free is what? Like you go there and you don't have more function than just visiting. But here we're talking about functional access. TN is a work visa. APEC is a business access. So we're talking about some business and work kind of stuff here. So that sets the Mexican nationality apart, right? That is something that most people would target, whoever understands and follows the plan B. The second one, no brainer, which really goes and gels well with Mexico, is South Africa for the nationality, because this nationality, although the passport is not strong, it is well respect it. It's a natural passport that you get through natural means. It's not a CBI, it's not an overnight passport. So the reputation is healthy reputation. The word is healthy, right? Your passport should look healthy. It should not look something cheap or something, that you've obtained cutting corners or you've purchased it. None of that. So to work on a respect aspect of it more than the access part of it, that's where South Africa fits in. What's at stake? Nothing much at all. It's a donation of $6,800, peanuts for people who earn good money, and you're giving this only once you get approved, right? So you're striking this permanent residency once you get approved. That's when you're giving this donation. You're getting the approval certificate, you land, you activate it, and that's it, right? You're not looking at that stage to give any biometrics in South Africa. Super smooth process. The people who want to further diversify in Africa can get the Mauritian permanent residency. Two ways to get the Mauritian permanent residency. You can either directly just get it if you're over 50 and you plan to retire in Mauritius. And the second way, and you just have to open up a bank account, put some reasonable amount of cash in it, and that's it. You're all set with your Mauritian permanent residency. It's a 10 years, lifetime, renewable, premium permanent residency in Mauritius. And the second way of qualifying, let's say you're not 50, you're under 50, then the amount would be $50,000 in a bank account and you strike the same permanent residency. The similar residency can be obtained in Caucasus and Serbia, as well as in Georgia, in Armenia. A lot of people these days are not interested in those regions, right? These days it's all about Mexico and South Africa, and for the more savvy people it's about Panama. Certain other type of people it's Brazil and Argentina. So it all depends upon what you're trying to do, but these are the typical residencies that one would target. So let's come to ranking these, right? So generally speaking, for most people, how would I rank these residencies? Well, Paraguay clearly is at the bottom, although we do it, right? We of course do this for our clients. It's one of our offerings, but Paraguay would sit at the bottom. If you have no money, if you're a poor person, you're just trying to get your feet wet, you won't call yourself a resident of some country, but your pockets are empty, then Paraguay comes at the bottom, rock bottom. But at the highest, right, the top of the top is Mexican residency. The second, or let's say I would have said it's a tie, but because Mexico just gives you such a better passport eventually once you become a citizen. At second spot, I would say is South Africa. Mexico and South Africa go together, right? And number three, I would say is the Portugal Golden Visa, because that also gets you a good passport, but then it takes more time, right, as compared to some of the other ones on the list. But nonetheless, in totality, I would say Portugal is at number three. Number four is Malta, right, still through the citizenship by investment route. Number five is Argentina. And the reason why I'm mentioning Argentina is because the nationality is not bad. It's okay-ish. It's a strong passport. And you can apply for citizenship in just 2 years. So these are just the top five. So there's a list of other residencies that come after, right? I don't want to make this video too long, but I wanted to list the top five. I wanted to obviously call out the bottom, the rock bottom one. But for most people, instead of wasting your time on something like a Paraguay, you can consider these five, which is Mauritius, Oman, Serbia, Armenia, Georgia, and there's so many other ones that you can still look at. But before you go, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest developments. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If there is any residency that you want me to cover that you will like, you can leave that in the comments below and explain why you like that residence. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and catch you in the next one.